Here we go. This is my soldering box. Everything has to do with soldering. Tools. Heat shrink. There's some of those buttons. There's a bag of buttons that I haven't even used yet. I don't have a use for them. JST connectors. More JST connectors. Connectors. Pre-cut wiring connectors. Boxes of wire. Here's my drawers. These are developer boards. These are boards you can plug directly into an Uno. I mean, not an Uno, a Raspberry Pi. They snap right on top of a Raspberry Pi, and then you can plug whatever you want to and screw in all these contacts, and they go directly to these wires. I got a bunch of those. Here's my Arduino Nanos. Here's one of those RF frequency things. Here is a computer. It's called an Arduino Nano. Got a bunch of nanos. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's another it's a Arduino. And I got these Helptechs. These are pretty cool little computers. These are little computers that have screens on them. These are ones that have screens on them and they're Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi and it's a screen on it. And I got 4 of those. Those are all Wi-Fi receivers. A couple more Arduinos. Here's what an Arduino looks like. Where's mine? I got a board right here. This is an Arduino Uno. This is what they call an Arduino Mega. These are, it's a bigger board, but you got all these connections you can hook up to stuff. Like, you would use this for like a home security system with all of the sensors. These are SD card modules, micro SD card modules. Got a whole box of those. Here's another SD card module. Another SD card module. Another SD card module. It's all SD card stuff. These are barometric pressure sensors. Barometric pressure sensors. Humidity sensor. Humidity and temperature sensor. More barometric pressure sensors. These are all motion sensors. They detect motion. Here is a sound sensor. Here's a bigger motion sensor. These are all motion sensors. For like if you want to hook up an alarm system for anything moves. These are ultrasonic sensors. These detect if something crosses, it sends a signal out and receives it. And if something crosses the path, it can send a signal. Or it can detect distance too. These are moisture sensors for plants. You just stick this in the dirt and it's a whole box. I got a whole bunch of those. A whole bunch of these moisture sensors. This is a raindrop sensor. If raindrop if water touches these 2 points, then it detects rain. These are more computers. Here's a Raspberry Pi Pico with a GPS module on it. Here is a Featherlight processor. And here are these are Picos. That's a Pico, Raspberry Pi Pico, another Raspberry Pi Pico. These are all my Arduinos. This is that one I was telling you about, the small one. This is a whole computer system. And it's got a USB-C port. You got a whole box of those, a whole bunch of those. These are camera modules. And you can actually unplug them so that the whole thing is only of this right here. And you can actually not solder these on there and make it just a chip, but it's got a Wi-Fi antenna on it, so you can record video and then send it over the Wi-Fi, like home security. I got a whole box of those. These are shields. Like you plug this into your Arduino, and once you plug it into Arduino, now you've got all these connections that you can use for like robotics and stuff. Here is a shield, but this shield is for a Arduino. The Arduino sits right there, and then you have all these connections. Here is a big shield for the Mega board. What you can do with this is, say you got 1,000 things you want to hook up. All you gotta do is just take this and plug it into that Mega Arduino, and now you have all these connections, all these soldering points. You can put a chip right here. All these are connections that you can add. That's that. I don't know what I have a use for it yet. I don't know how I'd use it, but these are all Wi-Fi antennas. These are Wi-Fi antennas with a transmitter too. That's what they look like. Wi-Fi antenna with a transmitter. A whole box of those. These are power drivers. These are for hooking an Arduino up to it, and it sends in a signal and then transmits 12-volt power to either the left or the right side of a car. Here is a bigger one. And another bigger one. Those are power drivers for like remote control cars and stuff. These are all screens, LCD screens. I got a bunch of these super small screens. These are 128 by 32. There's like a little disco diode thing. I got one of these things. It's a counter. Here's one that's just a single number thing. And then I bought this pretty cool little. Here's a box. Here's a bag. First of all, these are little. They aren't touchscreen, but they're little OLED screens. 128 pixels by 64 pixels. I got a bag of like 10 of those. And then in this box is kind of like an Apple Watch screen. I think I paid $15 for it. That you can plug it directly into an Arduino too, and use it for a screen. That's all the screens I got. And I got speakers. These are all speaker modules. These are buzzers, speakers, buzzers, more buzzers, more buzzers. There's a power module right here. What that is? Maybe it's a power module. I can't remember what it is. I have to look at the number on it. These are all my circuit boards. Ones I've made. I've built some circuit boards. Like here's some circuit boards I've made and I had them printed up. Like this one's an altitude and an ejection PCB board for my rockets. Here's my here's one that I made. This is a Arduino computer on it. There's a 5-volt power converter, buzzer, a switch, barometric pressure sensor, and this connects to my igniters on my rockets. Here's another one that I made that's got a battery pack on it. This is just an altitude sensor. You put it in a computer and it records your altitude, but it doesn't transmit it, it just stores it on the card, and then once you get the rocket back. And here's another one that I made. And here's another one that I made. Those are all just prototypes. And that's that one. But then I got keypads, infrared remote control things. Plug that in. You can like use infrared like a TV remote. Here's infrared sensors. Here's a mercury tilt switch. Infrared sensors. What the heck is this? I don't even know what that is, and I bought it. It's got 2 LEDs on it. I don't know what those are. Oh, infrared sensors. That's what it is. Okay, they're infrared sensors. They pick up and receive. They pick up a signal with those. Okay, it's like a TV remote sensor. Step down. These are step downs. This takes anything that's a high voltage and then converts it down. There's little pins right here so you can adjust how far down you want to go. You can go down or up or how many. These are battery bank modules. These you hook up to batteries, and then what you can do is you can plug in USBs and charge up your phones, or you can plug this board in and it will charge up the batteries that are wired up to this. We got 3 of those. Stepper motors, joystick. These are your voltage controllers, step up, boost converters. Here is a boost converter. And I got more here. These are all buck converters, boost converters. These are the ones I like. Look at this. That little bitty chip is a 5-volt converter. So no matter if 6 volts come in, 12 volts come in, 2 volts come in, 3 volts come in, it sends out a 5-volt signal. So it keeps your computers what you call normalized. Velcro. These are all JST wires. Just a bunch of wires. Power supplies. You can plug these into these little circuit boards right here, and that way you can hook up a 9-volt battery to it, or a USB, or anything, and you can turn it on, turn it off, and you can control 5 volts or 3 volts to these whole boards while you're prototyping. And then batteries, lithium-ion batteries. And these are all my relays. These are switches. Here is a 12 volt. This is probably what you need right here. 12 volt DC switch. So the Arduino plugs in right here to give it a control, and then this relay will turn on or off these 12 volt switches. And I got a whole box of those. Like I said, I haven't figured out what to use all this stuff for is. Here's more. Here's one that is, this goes 120 volts, so you can plug the Arduino in here and it will turn on or off these switches, which you can hook up to a house light or ceiling fans. Here's one that controls 2 different items. Here's one that controls, that one controls 4 different items. Those are all power relays though. These are all Bluetooth modules, if you want to put Bluetooth on something. LEDs, LED strip parts, buttons, solar panels. These are some push buttons I got. More LiPo. I got a whole bunch of LiPo batteries. audio parts. That's really it. And then over here, that's what I was telling you about my arcade box. This is all bulk wire stuff. LED strips, wires. And right here is probably what you can use for these lights. These are all bags of buttons with wires, button, there's a button, button, trackball. There's more buttons in here. 1 player, 2 player buttons. And JST connectors for all your joysticks. More buttons, more buttons, more buttons, joysticks, buttons. Here's my prized possession. I'm gonna use this to build an arcade game that I like called Tempest. This cost me about 40 bucks though. It's all metal though. It is a high quality trackball spinner. It's all brushed aluminum. Still haven't figured out what I want to use it for yet exactly. And then solenoids, buttons, screws, computer screws, wires, Q-tips, motor drivers. This is experiment kit that I bought from Sunflower. This whole box is filled with just sensors. Raindrop sensors. Here's some more relays. Thermistor. I don't know what a thermistor does. It has to do with temperature though. What is this? That's a laser emitter. It emits a laser. What do we got here? A barometer. This whole box is just filled. These are all just sensors. Here's another joystick. I could do 2 joysticks and make another remote control. What is this? Oh. That says it's a gas sensor for like carbon dioxide gases and stuff. Infrared. Like I said, man, I got so many things I don't even know what to do with them. I quit buying stuff because I have so much stuff I'll have enough stuff to do projects for years. Then I got a really nice soldering kit, and I also got a specialized micro heat gun for doing heat shrink, or if I need to pull circuits off of a board or something, I can just heat up the board and just pull the circuit boards off. And then there's all my CA glue, tweezers, special lenses, X-Acto knife, all kinds of stuff. And over here I have connectors. These are banana connectors. I've never used them, but I bought them. Banana connectors for something. These are coin battery packs. Put coin batteries in. These are for your lithium ion batteries. These aren't for AA's. These are for lithium ion batteries. What else I got? Here's a single one. Got some banana plugs. I had this oh, here they are. Those plastic things that go like on a box or something for doing. Let me open this up. look like. You just unscrew them, and what they do is they grip cable or something like that. Kind of stuff. And then here's a remote control car that I built for my granddaughter. Like I said, there's one of those battery packet things. Holds 2 lithium-ion batteries, and underneath there is an Arduino board. And then I put one of those motor driver shields, just plugged it right on top, just plugs right on top of there. And then that motor border shield now controls all the motors for the wheels, power supply, and then runs the Bluetooth also. The Bluetooth is up here. That runs all that. That's how that works. So yeah, I've got plenty of shit, man. And like I said, I got a closet. There's a whole nother arcade joystick system that I got. I mean, that's all my filament. My racing seat. So yeah, I got a lot. So we'll figure it out.